Okay, so Beastcoast was like, damn, that was a great draft by them last game. We should take 2 of their heroes.
I guess so.
I do like Centaur more, actually, even though Centaur owned last game. I like it more this game because Gyro, Flat Cannon, ults, all of a sudden Centaur's ult is a lot better.
Yeah, for sure.
You just deny that whole hero, it feels like.
Omni-Knight and like Centaur are 2 of the offlaners that are like, I'm so tanky that Gyro, when he tries to go on me, I'm just gonna hide inside my creep wave, and I'm like tanky enough that I can actually just like chill out there.
Yeah.
Whereas other offlaners feel compelled to run away when they get missiled, and then they're isolated a little bit. Then they get rocket barrage down.
And what were the ending bans? Timber, of course, Beast Coast. They didn't first phase it, but no, they take it out. Actually, what? Does that mean we're seeing an axe?
Yeah, I think so.
It feels like because you're. I mean, obviously they could have taken Skywrath, but they're not going to take axe on Beast Coast, so they take this one up, and well, that's a hero with a ton of burst damage, which is nice. Very good against the TA. I think one of the few here. Well, could it be? No, you don't.
Maybe that's also why they banned the Lifestealer. I think Lifestealer's like one of those heroes that can do okay in that matchup.
Yeah.
I don't know how Chaos Knight does in that matchup.
I don't either.
Like trying to think of like some of the safe lane carries that'd be okay. I think Jug gets pressured too much.
Yeah. What else? I mean, you gotta get.
Nobody wants Void, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, we know Beast Coast like literally just doesn't play it. I don't know why. Well, I do know why.
They could play mid gyro and then safe lane Void.
Ooh.
I don't think you want to do that now. Maybe against the Drow Ranger.
Probably not.
You feel like. Okay, so because they're, I mean, I think you still run the axe, right? And then you cut the creep wave as axe, and then Skywrath Mage harasses the Drow Ranger while she's trying to last hit underneath tower, right?
100% agree.
And then eventually you just battle hunger and sandwich her in the lane.
That is a terrifying lane.
But
they can fix that by getting a good support alongside the Drow.
I guess the question is, what's a good support? If they, I guess we're still waiting to see if they pick axe. If they pick axe, we will go more in depth, because it feels like they will. No one's getting their thunder sticks going. Come on.
Can they 5 a bit? No, that was banned. No ban.
They're using all their time, by the way. 20 seconds. They go Ember.
Ooh, Ember. I mean, they still have the axe pick open. They're last picking JT's hero once again.
They love doing that, which I don't blame them for, because we saw last game his Centaur was pretty much, it was like top 3 net worth the entire game.
Yeah.
Even with the last pick of his
I mean, he did get a killer lane. Like, he crushed it.
I mean, that was actually, you just couldn't lane that as Beast Coast. No matter who you sent bottom with the Sand King, it wouldn't matter. That lane, the Rubik plus Centaur, like, what are you going to do ever?
Speaking of, Sand King is not a bad option here because multiple instances of damage against TA, another hero that can pressure. And then I guess the third one would be Legion Commander. Those are all like the good pairings with Skywrath. You like the biggest thing is you want catch. The Ember Spirit's really nice because he's an additional form of like long range catch against Centaur, and he's also here that can get on top of the Drow Ranger. But you want more of a primary initiator here. Because
if you do just like get silenced as this Ember, you're dead.
Yeah,
you're just straight up dead.
Yeah, you don't want to be the first one in a lot of fights.
Thundersticks.
They do ban the axe, by the way. I think it probably Legion on IG, right? Seems like the best available option.
Yeah, I mean, I felt really good about Legion Commander for last game too. That like whenever you have Gyrocopter, it always feels really nice because you just know you have the backup that you're gonna get that kill. Maybe you don't necessarily get the dual kill, but you'll get the kill on whoever you initiated on, and then from there you just kind of run over the enemy.
So, whoa, they enchant. Oh, the Whisper.
The Whisper Enchantress. Yeah, they did it before.
No, wait.
Yeah,
that would be a support set. Dude, I would have loved if they. It is.
It
Hell
is.
yeah. 5.
Stinger,
the
Centaur.
Puppy. They're bringing
Stinger,
back Puppy.
Centaur.
Puppy played Centaur for what, like a long time? Like, what, 8, 9 months ago? That was a long time ago, obviously. But I just like it because I love Whisper Enchantress. But is it that good in this game? Obviously, you're versus a Legion Skywrath. That's a kill. Like, it's one of the few combos that kills the Enchantress, right?
Yeah, you're also
Yeah.
against Gyrocopter, who as a carry actually has a lot of magic damage to offer.
Yeah.
You don't even
Ember
physically,
Spirit as well.
you have
Like,
a ton of physical,
yeah,
too,
you have a
'cause you're
bunch of
attacking
heroes that
someone
don't
else.
need to actually right-click her that much.
Dude, I saw it and I'm like, whisper enchant, and then I look at the other side, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't
Yeah,
think
I
it's
don't-
good at all.
Uh,
They're gonna play very fast though, and I actually, both teams, the faster draft's been winning. These are evenly fast,
True.
but I think Drow needs more items than the Fly Gyro. So
Yes.
I'm leaning IG. I've been given percentages. Might as well. I'm actually leaning the heaviest I have, 65-35 IG. I think
Jesus, it's going to be a stomp.
it's going to be a rough one. I just think they have so many ways to catch. You have ways to play into the late game. Emo's Ember, we've seen it. Even when he's doing crazy stuff, he's always farmed, and he makes pretty good decisions besides that one. We'll always give him the one.
Will it
And
be
they have
faster than
stuns.
23 minutes?
No, I
No.
don't believe that. I think versus an
Yeah.
Enchantress Drow, you definitely have to take more time because all these heroes are decent just sitting in the base poking. I do think it'll be a little bit longer, but I think IG should have it reasonably easy, honestly.
Honestly, Beastcoast, like they have this frontlining Centaur, but that's it. They don't actually have a real save for this Drow Ranger. I think that's going to make the game rather tough. That being said, I think a lot of this matchup will come down to the mid lane. The TA versus Ember Spirit matchup is
Always
one that
fun.
can go either way,
Okay.
and this is also just one of those deals where snowballing is going to be like very big. So
Right.
I'm also leaning towards IG though.
We're going to see the TA versus Ember, perhaps our deciding mid lane here in Game 3. Let's find out what's happening with LD and Gods.
Deciding Game 3, top 6 on the line, Gods, at the first major of the year. It's a big match.
And
It's
they
been
throw a crazy curveball.
Yeah. What do you think?
I don't know. 5-position Centaur. The Enchantress. They ran this in the group stage against Gambit. Had a win with the Drow Ench. Very strong duo. Was picked a lot together if you go back to when Drow was really a top meta pick. And now they have a TA with it. So
How's our Stinger Centaur going to do?
remains to be seen. But
Yeah, I don't think you love playing a support Centaur against a Gyrocopter or a Skyrath Mage.
yeah.
Stinger is going to be quickly beaten back.
Is this an
if
answer to your
not,
question?
killed off. He's already taken Bloodlust, so
Yeah, he loves this level 1 Bloodlust.
that's a case where it's probably first blood with the stud.
Yeah, perhaps he just feels he has a bit stronger, better lane presence with this Bloodlust, so perhaps valuing that more than an uncertain first blood, or at least when he skilled it, he was unclear if he was getting first blood. But yeah, this Stinger Centaur is going to be playing the off lane with the Enchantress, even though it kind of is effectively the 5 position.
Yeah, and they mentioned it's not really the best Ench game on paper either. So you got a
Correct.
support Centaur who may struggle here in the lanes. You've got a core Ench that may struggle in the mid game.
Yeah, they got a lot of magic damage. Bloodlust for attack speed against Untouchable.
We're painting a dark and ugly picture for all the GA fans out there.
Look, last time they won with Ench, it was against a Gyro as well. I will say that. So, okay. Whisper's Enchantress is perhaps the best in the business right now, as far as core Enchantress players go. I don't know if anyone plays it better than him.
Our mid lane, of course, Ember versus TA. So far, pretty even. Emo getting a couple of extra denies here.
This is a fun skill matchup to watch always. We saw last game where TA can go for all these side blades, kill threats, but Ember also has turnaround kill potential on the TA.
Kaka's going to have a concussive shot here soon, and JTS taking the overwhelming odds. Are they going to go for Schofield? They do throw it out, but he gives up the first blood, and JT may go down as well. Hector's just right-clicking him.
They misplayed
They
it.
get nothing. They get nothing at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were thinking. You know he has that Fade Bolt and just perhaps misjudging the cooldown, but great start for Beastcoast, outplaying them here in this top lane.
Yeah, the concussive shot level 1, not your everyday support Skyrath build.
Yeah, I think a remnant from that
If
first
that's
blood
Arcane
attempt.
Bolt, this lane is going very differently. He
Yeah.
does have it now, but they're going to catch Kaka. He's out a bit far. The lift is available. They've also got the Fade Bolt ready. Hector, though, also caught. Who's going to go down first? It's Kaka. Does Hector die? He will. Now Schofield in a bit of trouble. He should be able to make it back to safety.
Man, early game gold bounties are so crazy. He got 414 gold for killing K1 there. That's insane.
Nice.
Meanwhile, they got 155 for the Kaka kill. Being behind on net worth just inflates those gold bounties, particularly when you kill a core by so much.
So we'll see Stinger dragging a wave here.
He
And
might.
our mid lane still very even. Seems like Chris Luck may be pulling slightly ahead.
Ogre's trying to decide whether to chase the Centaur or go for a pull here, and it looks like he'll settle for a pull. Gets a double creep neutral pull off.
How are you feeling about what you're seeing out of the support Centaur so far?
It's about what I expected. We're not seeing a whole lot, and I think the biggest thing this support Centaur brought to the table was just the surprise factor that this Enchantress gets to come out as the last pick.
Schofield, one more nuke will get him. Drops the ward around the trees. Does not want any shenanigans tanking tower shots.
Probably should reveal the fact there's a ward there. There's no way he would have vision there for that, but
And if that immediately gets dewarded,
yeah.
oh, that's expensive. They will lose their Centaur, though. A sad day for the Noble Steed. He did not buy a Sentry, so I guess he may not have realized. May have thought it was already cast or something before he got around Fog.
Oh, there's the mid lane solo kill. Does he want to go die? I think he want to die.
Lives. He's gonna bottle.
Okay, he's not. He's choosing not to feed.
And Ruin is spawning, praying for that regen.
Yeah. Does he get it? Oh, haste bottom. He peeks it, doesn't see it. Now he's like, oh, maybe I should have suicided the tower.
And Stinger is there, so he is not getting this haste.
He'll have 5-minute bounty runes and shrine to heal up on, so he's actually going to be okay here, it looks like. As long as he can get one of those runes.
He's going to farm a little stack, let that lane push in. We'll probably then rotate back. So level 6 will be coming pretty quickly.
Yeah. He'll have to rotate either for shrine or bounty runes. We'll see what he prioritizes. Whether he wants to try and secure some of those bounty runes. It's probably what he wants to do after pushing this wave a bit. And it does look like he may be considering... no, he's going to stay mid.
So Ogre's prepping here for bounties bottom. Schofield trading blows with Kaka up top. Everybody dancing around as the Drow slows are forcing JT back. They might go for a kill on this Legion. It's not a very long duration stun. Can they dive him? They can't. While that was happening, Ali did snag a bounty, make it 3 for IG.
Yep.
Kaka and Schofield about to duke it out. Schofield does have the stick charges. He's chasing. He gets the solo kill. And JT just popping the shrine, but it only helps him. Sad Skywrath.
So yeah, a lot of farm on this TA who will be doing just TA things. Farming the lane, having jungle to fall back to. But Ember's doing the same thing, trying to match the at least jungle to a certain extent. Schofield getting very low up here, but those Frost Arrows.
Man, this is just an endless war in the top lane as Hector is cleaning up Kaka, but Kaka healing through it all. He gets off a nuke. Oh, there's going to be an overwhelming odds soon. Can he get away? No chance.
That's not worth it. A 500 gold bounty.
What is going on in this top lane?
I mean, that's...
They're feeding each other all the way to the top of the net worth, guys.
Yeah.
Legion first, Drow second.
So
not too shabby.
It's currently an IG gold lead at the top, but I'm guessing before
Bottom
the kill
lane,
it wasn't.
They're committing onto Whisper here. The nuke damage is stacking up. Fresh rocket barrage coming in. Will it be enough, though? Creep wave arrives, and Whisper can just shake it off. In fact, turning it around on Fly. Doesn't have the impetus just yet.
Nice start, I think, for Beastcoast. Other than this top lane, where unfortunately these kill trades and put Legion Commander on top of the net worth. JT's been such a key playmaker for this IG side too.
Yeah, we've seen him take over. I would say every game where he has a good start, he's pretty much taken over.
Yep.
They may throw a lead away or make some mistakes, but he has that mid-game, skyrocket where he just kind of kicks off the ganks. They are trying to set up on him, perhaps, though. Schofield dancing around. But here comes a smoke from IG. They've got the gyrocopter level 6.
Oh,
with
this
the
could
call
catch him by
down.
surprise.
Schofield, will he find it? Will he sniff it out? They'd love to kill Hector. And they run right into that tasty treat. Schofield's like, I'm out of here, bro. And they get the duel win, too. Nice. While that's happening in the mid lane, Emo's diving. He wants to go for Stinger. Oh, committing under tower. He's got a regen rune. So as long as he can just stay alive, Sleight of Fist, Remnant, back
keep
into the tower. Ooh, Emo? Emo? Okay.
He's still being chased. Does not have a shrine. He's going to TP home, leaves a remnant behind. So,
Slight misclick there.
you know, Centaur holding his ground there. Actually, being able to cancel the regen rune is a nice little play that he makes. Importantly, they've also blocked the Dire Ancients from being stacked as well. So that's at least limited what they can set up for the Drow or the TA to farm. And you don't really want to be having two heroes exclusively jungling the Beastcoast side. Ideally, one of these two cores needs to come online very early with some items because IG are already moving Gyrocopter around the map hyper aggressively.
Well, they put that early ward down top for the kill, so, you know, they can keep some vision on the slate. What is a support Centaur going to do here? You know, he can deny towers, I guess.
Yeah, it's not like the worst ward. They're giving some lane vision there. And then
this
they've got the jungle one, of course, too.
This is where the support Centaur feels very weak, though. Level 3, no boots, nowhere near the Stampede, and doesn't have a way to even push out the waves. They're diving on Chris Luck. Looking for the initiation with the silence coming through. Has to jump away, though. The minus armor's too much. Chris Luck just stands and mans up. And while that's happening, they're going on Stinger. They've got a duel available. Rocket Barrage coming through. More easy duel damage for the JT machine.
Yeah, I like that. Fly backs off a little to make sure JT gets that dual damage. With how good of a start JT's had, this can very much turn into a scaling Legion commander with some good dual kills. Not one of those like, oh, I'm going to have a pipe and 10 dual damage at 30 minutes in the game kind of games.
They're looking to fight bottom as well. They've moved Schofield down.
Yep.
And while that's happening, there's a dire scan top. Just barely clipped JT, so they know the jungle. Not entirely safe. I think this has to be the worst start we've seen out of Hector as far as net worth gods this tournament.
Yeah. And he's playing a kind of less greedy carry in some ways. He's trying to enable his TA, if anything. So we'll see if he can adjust to a different role.
Emo doing what he always does, which is ganking and diving.
Another duel,
for
they're
kills.
leaving it. Oh.
That's a lot of damage. 30 plus damage, sub 10 minutes.
IG going to get all these runes? Gyra's in position up top.
Should get 3, barring something crazy. Yeah, probably 4.
Yeah.
The imps come crashing in on Ollie, but he can just TP out. Can they punish anything? Emo runs back in. He wants to fight. His Remnant's very slow, and Whisper keeps on chasing, but he just made it up the hill. There is no ward vision. So he's back to safety.
Tell he's a well-trained Ember. He doesn't instantly go to his Fire Remnant. He waits till it gets to the high ground, since it does move very slowly when he was enchanted.
He has mastered the blade. Or in this case, the Remnant, I guess. They don't have Mystic Flare yet, but Skyrath's just hiding bottom. Oh, Kaka. Schofield's coming in, but just no one to really dive these towers. Centaur's still level 3, and look at JT.
Stinger,
He's going to come in, set up another duel here. They've got the damage. He just right-clicks him down. Jesus, 170 damage almost per auto attack.
So early to have this much damage.
This Legion's just going to 1v5 them at this rate.
Yeah. And Fly already with his treads drums. He's just running around the map. I love how aggressively he's playing. The fact they've taken this top tier 1 tower so early and basically claimed this entire Dire jungle means K1 on Drow and the Chris Luck TA pretty much have to share the Ancients in 2 camps over there.
Well, and soon there will be even less to share because they are shoving in mid.
They have to defend this. That's why everyone's TPing and rotating in. Enchantress TPs to the tier 1 mid. Chris Luck and Hector don't want to rotate. They're staying in the jungle, but the rest of the Beastcoast team, their job, try and defend. Stinger doesn't even have boots on his Centaur. He is dirt poor.
It feels like it's totally IG's game right now, but technically net worth is almost even, gods.
That's true. TA's just an incredibly fast farmer, but until that BKB's up, there's good ways to burn through that refraction with the Ember Gyro.
Yeah, so is being delivered top. She's out really far, though, has no TP scroll. Chris Luck in all kinds of trouble. They've got detection. Silence, Mystic Flare with the duel. It's duel number 5. 5 duels in like 5 minutes, basically.
Whew. 50 damage at 12 minutes.
Takes the
Oh,
XP
boy.
talent, you know, wants to get to those higher levels of duel as quickly as possible.
Yep.
Sure, why not?
It is going to be Beastcoast taking the tier 1 mid tower, so despite IG's kind of dominance over the map, they are very focused on those kills, and a very important kill. That's a top net worth TA, so perhaps even worth sacrificing that mid tier 1 for, but does kind of make you feel a little bit less excited about that rotation, that nobody left behind could defend it.
I just can't get over this Stinger Centaur. He's still level 5. We're 13 minutes into the game.
This is
Like, he doesn't have a game at this point.
not played as a 5 position for a reason, and his game comes when he gets Stampede, I guess, but even then he's like a support hero with one spell on a 90-second cooldown.
It's like a silencer, basically. Just like
Yeah.
press R to disengage, but it's not ready yet, and they're going to find Hector. Oh, just got it. Just got it. Chain's coming through. Mystic Flare catches him out anyway. He gets the stun on Emo, but where's the damage? They need a little more. The Remnant, very slow. He didn't have a defensive Remnant. Didn't expect to have to dive this far and didn't expect that level of counter initiation. They're going to smoke, and they instantly break, so they get the Ollie kill too. It's a double kill to Whisper. And, well, that Stampede coming online actually got them those kills, because otherwise the Drow doesn't get back to the tower.
He's a hero now. He's got that level 6. He can finally contribute to this game and instantly, as you just said, finds a way to have an impact. And we'll see what he can
And
do.
we doubted the 5-position Centaur. What do we know?
Well, we'll watch him hit creeps for the next 70 seconds until it's back up, and then he'll maybe have another play to make.
Idiot casters mid lane. There's a duel. Not enough damage for the kill. Chasing out Whisper.
He's free.
But he'll get away. So went for this very tanky early game build. Treads, drums, bracer.
Yep.
Helps him survive the duels.
Yeah, probably saves his life there. We'll see if IG may need to kind of just settle down a little bit. They are actually behind on the gold, so 13-8. This TA, 1,500 net worth ahead of Gyrocopter. Does still feel like Beastcoast have to play a little bit on the back foot until they have that BKB.
Ember wants to go in. He went for an early Veil here, and he gets a beautiful two-hero chain connection. Now roasting Schofield. Will kill him off as well.
Has that arcane rune. That's why he's able to play so aggressive there. And
Here comes the split push, though. Chris Luck just pushing out that bottom lane.
doesn't have a blink dagger or any kind of escape just yet.
Oh, is he going to try to farm? No, he'll TP.
Oh, they're TPing top of these
They
boundary runes,
scammed.
but they're too late, I think.
Call down comes through.
Just to slow them. What a call from Fly. That
Chris
was
Luck
so smart.
looking to chase in, but he's too late. So it's another 4 bounty rune grab.
Yeah, that cooldown potentially helping save his life there. And they've rotated everyone top now. Stinger.
They see him. They hit him just to tickle him with the rocket barrage. Here comes the duel. Follow-up nukes are there. Man, just a solitary concussive shot.
There are only
Arcane
3,
Bolt
though.
silence. But the turnaround coming through, pumping in the damage. The Impidite, as well as the meld shots, just chewing through Ollie. IG being dove back to the tower. They don't have their Ember Spirit. He is coming in, though. Schofield's going to drop down a ward. Oh, he's actually going forward. Surely Emo's going to come and punish this.
Enchantress with the heal up, no, but if they dive any further or stick around and that heal wears off, then absolutely.
They forgot about their bounty top, but they're going to grab it now.
That was, I think, a bit too gung-ho sticking around for those kills. Once Gyro secured the bounty and got back to safety, they should have just been happy to get out.
Oh, nice by Schofield. He stole the silence. Now the Stampede coming through. He's going to get him
Side of fist.
back to safety.
Yep.
Sneaky, sneaky Rubik. He actually wants to go in. Kaka just
Nothing.
getting chewed up. Whisper starting to take over here with these impetus. The slow on Emo being quite a nuisance as well. The chase forward, looking for JT. They'll get back to safety. By the way, he's up to 68 damage already. Not sure if we mentioned that last duel.
This TA is just shredding them apart, having all these levels. Level 17. The max melt strikes and refractions. He just has the Deso, but he's an absolute beast when he holds his ground and fights because of that Drow Aura as well.
They have no plus armor items. Like the Legion's gone early blink, so there's no Vlads on this team. No one's building a Crimson Guard. They're not particularly high armor. Well, I guess a few of them are high armor, but they've also got some real squishies, like the Skyrath with 2 armor.
Yeah, I feel like
Ember with a decent amount, thanks to the Veil at least.
I like this fast blink on Legion, but he needs to itemize for some armor right now. He picks up a chainmail. He has a blade mail queued up, which can be nice because you can hold your ground against the TA. I'd almost like to see like a Solar Crest or something here, but whatever it is, you've got to itemize to sustain yourself against the physical damage. Kaka is rushing a
Look
Ghost
at
Scepter.
this. Chris Luck just camping under cover of Meld. Does Emo move forward? He does. Can they can one-shot him in a lift, I'm pretty sure. They've got the chains as well. Just like
betcha.
that. Bang.
Wow.
Now they're going to rotate bottom.
Huge kill.
Beastcoast just pulling out these big plays, gods. The game was starting to feel a little lost, but they have held on. They are recovering.
Yeah.
Drow Rangers now tied for Gyro with net worth, and Legion's starting to fall off a little bit.
See why they first 2'd this TA. It's having such a huge impact on this game. Somehow Chris Luck doesn't have a kill. He's 0-2-7, but I feel like every single fight he is just annihilating people alongside Whisper.
That's pretty crazy.
And perhaps what's crazier is that K1 is kind of playing a support Drow to these two, at least for now. He's chilling in the jungle. He's going to get his farm and come to play soon. His BKB almost completed, and Beastcoast have found themselves a great timing here.
It's a great BKB game at this point. It's a Veil Ember. There's no physical damage. Gyro's rushing a BKB. Like, you can't do anything to a BKB hero unless you duel them before they use it.
They're going to have to run away and try kite them, but how do you do that? You don't have any mobility on your heroes. No Force Staffs. No Stampede on your side. Only the Ember with his Flame Remnants really has any mobility.
And Emo's not really done a great job of putting the Remnants down before the fights. Multiple times we've seen him just slowly waiting for the Remnants to travel back. As the fight breaks out, Impetus is just streaming in, and JT gets machine gunned down. Now the chase is on. The route might be on.
Yep.
IG driven back to their tier 2. They've lost 2, and they'll lose that tower as well.
It's
Just like
working.
that.
It's coming together.
Beastcoast pulling through. This is a top 6 slot on the line.
Are they going high ground with this? They've got Deso. They've got Drow down here.
Sure, why not?
They can.
What is IG going to do about
They're
it?
not in position to defend just yet. They have to respect this push, and they've got the high ground ward. They could just jump somebody here.
There is a BKB up on Gyrocopter. He can call down, slow this push down, but he used it early before the creeps arrived, and that may encourage Beastcoast to keep on going.
They're going to look for a grab, perhaps.
Here comes the smoke back, perhaps.
They've got an Aether Lens telekinesis, but it looks like they're going to fully retreat, maybe look to set up for bounty runes. They should be able to stick around, claim both bottom, and because they pulled IG back to base, they may be even able to get 3 or 4 of them.
How do IG get back in the game?
They're going to be more patient. Pick and choose your fights, and they can't just go like running into their jungle there where they had no vision. You're playing against, there was an Observer Wood that just expired, traps all over the map, and Beastcoast were set up to take that fight. I think IG were just misled because of how good of a start they had, particularly with the Legion Commander, to thinking that, you know, we're way ahead and stronger, let's go fight, but TA Ench basically have free Hyperstones to back up their damage output. Like, this TA with just Deso was shredding people apart. Now Chris Luck has BKB Blink Dagger and is about to hit level 20. He's out of control.
Oh, Beastcoast with the DD rune. They may just strut into the Roche pit. Can IG fight them? They do have that BKB on Fly, but again, not going to help you against physical damage.
Yeah. TA, Drow, Ench. None of these heroes care about it. It's just like the Gust that you lose with the BKB.
Make sure you get off your spells. That's really about it.
Yeah.
Well, the DD rune has worn off. Beastcoast not going to commit to this.
Well, I think they're feeling pretty happy about the position they've got this game into, so no need to rush or force this Roshan with how much control they've got back over their jungle. They're just farming it up.
I like this support pickup. Kaka's going to grab a Ghost Scepter. So you're basically dying to right clicks. You know, it's probably not your dream item on Skywrath, but it may allow him to get another nuke or 2 off in these fights.
You have to kite the BKBs, and that's really the only way you can do so.
Yeah, more kiting items on the horizon. Emo working towards a blink. The Legion Blade Mail is complete, and IG are on the prowl, leading with JT.
This is their comeback. The Blink Jewels, like ideally you catch the TA before she can BKB and blow her up.
Gonna find Stinger, which normally you're thinking, great, more dual damage. And they'll get it.
Take it, but
Legion just probably is not man fighting this game. Without, I mean, maybe with the Blade Mail. Maybe with the Blade Mail.
Chris Luck's still in the neighborhood. I don't think he wants to go back in. No Centaur Stampede to back him up for 15 seconds.
But they can't transition this into a Roche.
Yeah,
They
least
have
value kill.
no right click of their own.
Yeah, this stage of the game, a 5 position with Stampede is pretty damn useful as far as Beastcoast are concerned, whether it allows the TA Ench to chase people down or just helps people run away from a BKB gyrocopter. Pretty handy teamfight spell.
Probably his only contribution, but it's a big one.
Yeah. If they're playing aggressively, maybe it helps set up a hoof stomp, but that is also a big if, I'd say. Not easy for him to just waddle his way in, or even stampede his way in. I think if you're IG, you're just thinking, try and keep them out of this Roshan pit for as long as possible. They're playing the vision game. They have a lot of observer ward sentries around this Roshan pit. One was dewarded on the dire jungle hill, but they've still got vision on their side with sentries. So they're trying to keep these traps constantly removed.
So now the kiting items are coming out. Double Hurricane Pike. The blink on the TA. She's had it for a while, of course.
Yeah.
3 ranged heroes against an Ember, a Gyro, and a Legion, which is basically a triple melee core. They're moving on bottom. They found Fly, and they'll just easily bring him down.
He didn't last very long.
I don't know how you're doing damage in these fights against all this kite, plus the Stampede, of course.
Yeah. And as much as, like, you know, you think Gyro magic damage good in lane against Ench, if you get past that laning stage, Gyro can get blown up by Ench. Like, the range advantage is a huge problem for Gyrocopter to play into.
IG up against it now. They throw out these chains, but here comes the swoop behind. Schofield there with the lift. TA blinking in, just matting up on Kaka. BKB's the Ghost Scepter. Nice retreat, goes for the TP out. Ali and a volley of spears will fall. And they might lose Emo as well. He's trying to TP away too. Schofield didn't have another stun, but that's the kills they need. And unlike IG, they can go straight into the pit.
Yeah. They're too strong at this point, it feels like. You can't deal with this Ench. The TA just goes charging in. Perhaps, I don't think he realized Skywrath had the Ghost Scepter, but it doesn't matter.
No, Schofield, is he in too far? No, he's just fine.
Hey, okay, it has the
all those 4
out.
stats.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh!
Duel commitment, got the blade
Okay.
mail off, got Hector. Chris Luck, though, that's going to be trickier.
Got no BKB.
He's got the Aegis.
He's gotta run.
They're moving on to Schofield. They'll lose him as well, and Chris Luck will retreat.
Bold
So-
play from IG.
I mean, both of these teams, they're known for being a little overzealous at times,
Yes.
gods.
But also at least exercising some discipline once they get caught there. I feel like if, you know, this wasn't so much on the line, Game 3 low-brack decider, a lot of TAs there would have just been like, oh, I got Aegis, I'll just turn and fight with my team and die twice. Because without BKB, that TA could not fight into the Gyro there. But they keep the Aegis in their hands. Legion up to 104 dual damage now. JT basically has to play as a true carry at this point. Has a Shadow Blade queued up even, and he's going to have to change his game up completely because Fly, he's just not going to be able to scale. He's gone for this fast BKB and just doesn't have any way of standing his ground to fight either Enchantress, TA, or even Drought. All 3 of these cores have really good matchups against him at this point in the game.
Oh, he's going to try to be able to do that. Gets the Eagle song building towards a butterfly. But imagine we'll see an MKB here at some point, or potentially even that Bloodthorn.
A big part of why TA is seeing on 5k gold is he's waiting to see items. This is really smart from Chris Luck. He doesn't know what Gyro is building next. I imagine the second he sees this Eagle song, he queues up like an MKB.
Oh, Stampede committed. The chase is on. Ali lumbering back towards safety, but Stainer keeps on hunting. Lurking in the trees is JT. He could maybe punish Stainer, but Stainer won't commit. They've also got an Invis on Kaka. Can he make something of it? There's no detection around. Chris Luck with the Aegis. Sweeping in. IGR setting up. They want to make a play, but it's Whisper who comes in, finds Ali as he was moving in for the backstab, and now they all just want to disengage. JT sitting back.
JT was thinking about going in. He's still thinking about doing something.
Someone's going in, but who's it going to be?
He's got this ward. He wants to find a pick off with the Skywrath and then just insta-TP out.
Man, look at the sentries in the dire. Look at the wards in the dire jungle.
He's trying so hard to get somebody straggling behind on the backlines. The Rubik was alone for a bit, but has
Chris Luck
rejoined
has
the
a
team.
Hex now. That is the Ember
no.
counter, and
Yeah.
he is not building towards the Lincolns.
They're going to push so
Shiva's
fast.
picked up, or queued up, I should say.
They see IG here. They've got dire vision of this.
No more Invis. IG trying to be cute, and Beastcoast looking for kills. They get the Rubik, but can they get more?
The Blade
Drow
Mail.
Ranger, the Blade Mail, not enough. They lose the Legion. They get the dual win, I suppose. But one of those games where it doesn't seem like it's going to matter how much dual damage he gets.
Very true. He can get 1 kill every fight with this Blink Blade Mail duel, whether it's even if it's a Drow or a TA. Like, I don't think that wins you the fight in itself because there's going to be that second and third. Yeah, exactly. All 3 of these heroes are huge problems to deal with, and Gyro's not able to deal with any of them. Ember can kind of just spam his spells and do as much damage as possible, but the sustain is there. Whisper with the Nature's Attendants. So not easy by any means as Beastcoast just maintaining map control, not trying to go for any kind of rushed high ground play. They feel like they have complete control of this game. And boy, are they playing well right now.
It was top 8 at TI. It's looking like it could be top 6 at the first major. Can IG put a stop to it? Down now 10,000 gold. Hanging on for dear life. They scan and they don't connect. See Chris Luck backing away. I think I mentioned briefly earlier, but he did go for the Scythe.
Yeah. Yeah, Ember's got a Shivers queued up. I don't think you really want to itemize into Lincolns just because it's so much gold to do not a whole lot, whereas this Shivers will
There's only
ideally
one
keep
hero
him
with the
alive.
BKB also. Like Legion hasn't even gone for it. In fact, he's going for an Eggs.
Ooh.
That's an interesting grab.
Okay. Wants to be able to just isolate one target and ignore the rest.
That might be a way to win with this versus this TA.
Yeah.
Like she's not going for pure man fight. She's going for pickoff.
And with the Blade Mail, basically whoever you're dueling is going to kill themselves on you because of that. Since
And
you
you also
can't be stunned.
you also have evasion, so
Yeah.
I think he wins a straight up fight with Chris Luck.
I believe so. I think he's happy to duel either TA or Drow. Enchantress is the one that you probably don't kill
Here
because
comes the smoke.
Yep.
Oh, this could be huge. Who are they going to find?
full loop around.
Aegis has been reclaimed.
Nobody's
This is
defending high ground. They're going to
bad timing for Chris Luck to get caught. He's the man in front, and here comes the duel. Mystic Flare instantly brought down. Beastcoast trying to fight on, though. They've got the imps. They've got the buyback. Just rocketing them forward. Good damage done by Whisper. Emo drives into the middle of the entire enemy team, but he's got to run away. He's out of mana. He's out of options. He's going down.
4 dead. Only the Legion survives. You mentioned LD. Yeah, you can duel one, but does it win you the fight? It doesn't feel like it. The rest just can't do anything. This Gyro, he did 400 damage in that team fight.
I didn't even realize there was a Gyro on that team fight.
I didn't either until I saw the team fight recap.
That's with his butterfly, by the way.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like it.
Well, Chris Luck did buy back, so this does create a smaller opening. If they can pick him off, and they sure as hell can with JT. Duel up in 3 seconds here. Is he hunting, or is he looking to avoid being hunted? We'll have to wait and see.
Well, that's like their last buyback, so he better get the hell out. He's going to show himself bottom. Oh, they might want to go for that.
They're maybe a little afraid of him at the same time.
Can this Legion carry them? Because it sure as hell doesn't feel like it's going to be the other heroes right now. Could maybe be the Gyro later. You do have an Ogre backing you up. You know, he's building towards a Satanic. But he needs time. He needs items.
The issue this Legion is going to face is that I think Beastcoast have realized there's one guy
they
causing
found
this
another
problem.
duel. Just feed and JT.
But Lincoln's is going to destroy this Legion's game is the problem. Lincoln's is
got
already up on edge, and TA has one queued up. I think they realize the only way we're losing this game is this Legion dueling us. And this isn't some, like, 3-position utility Legion that can get, like, a 4-staff and try and break Lincoln's using it. He wants to carry.
Here's the Halberd.
Okay, so he's
But
okay,
if they
he has a way
BKB first, right, then...
Yeah.
If someone's BKB and you throw the Lincolns on them, there's nothing. I don't think there's anything to deal with that.
And it just gives you that extra button to click where they can, they
Legion
can
already has a lot
or
to do. Like, you want to press the attack off. You want to pop your Blade Mail. You also now have to blink, Halberd, and duel them. That's what, like 5 actions to pull off in a matter of a second. And all they have to do is just throw Lincolns out or a Stampede, and that can completely interrupt your jump. So, not
it's
easy.
More and more difficult, for sure.
How hard can JT carry? This man said he could play anything. He can win with anything. He's had a good game, but he hasn't won yet. 8-3 and 9.
No.
We're talking a lot about him, but you know, Beastcoast, as we mentioned, they've got 3 carries, so they don't have to rely on that one player to go off.
Oh, yeah. And all 3 of theirs at this point having a good game. We've talked not a whole lot about Whisper's Ench, but 8-1 and 7, dealing out tons of damage, a lot of unnoticed damage in these fights. He's pretty much the one who's been responsible for Gyro having a miserable game, because anytime Flyfly's trying to fight with this Drums BKB, he's just dying to the impetus damage.
Here comes the smoke. Here comes the backstab. Schofield in the area, and IG are hiding in the trees. Ward's getting plopped down. Someone's about to get jumped here. Who's it going to be? It's Kaka. Schofield blinks in. He finds JT. Oh, that Legion. They'd love to finish him off first. The Glimmer Cape coming through. Chris looks in the neighborhood. He blinks out. He tries to hit a trap here. He's in trouble. He's completely out of the fight. They need him.
Trapped.
Or maybe not.
Oh, he got the
They get
jewel.
1 kill.
Oh,
Can he get the win? Chris Luck. Chris Luck. That's no luck at all. Now Whisper on the run. The chain's coming through. There's no buyback for 2 minutes. Not like this, Beastcoast, and they might lose more. He's chasing forward. Emo's there with the chains. It's gone so wrong, so horribly wrong, gods. 4 heroes dead, a Roche to IG, Aegis and Cheese, and we're going to take a look at that fight once more.
Dota's such a crazy, chaotic,
What
beautiful
the
game.
hell? It looks so bad. He blinked into the middle of the trees.
JT, he messed up. He didn't know what he was doing. JT was panicking. He's mashing buttons on his keyboard. He's like, what the hell do I do? He blinks away. He blinks onto a TA trap, gets Hex. He's trapped around some trees. He's like, what the hell do I do? Chops his way out, finds the Blade Mail Duel, and turns the fight around. What a cacophony of errors that leads to a miraculous outcome for IG.
Hey, you know what? They didn't go on Gyro. Gyro got to hit things in that fight.
Yeah.
He's got a butterfly now. He's got a fresh Aegis.
Did more
and
than 400
IG,
damage.
A new lease on life.
60 seconds. They know he doesn't have buyback.
IG going down mid. Is this really happening to Beastcoast? It looked so good. It looked so easy. And it's all crumbling now. The base dropping. He's throwing it. He's going straight for the throne.
My
JT.
God. The balls
The
on this man.
absolute balls on this man. Oh, they're going to go for more. They're going to fight Schofield. Beastcoast, get back to the fountain. It's not
They
safe.
can't go near it.
But they can't stand back. They have to fight, gods.
He's going to duel anyone who comes too close.
Oh, you know it, baby. He's got a cheese too, so he can get that first kill, stay alive, but not if they lock him down. The Imp's coming in. He got to pop the cheese. He charges forwards. They got the Lotus Orb up. They're committing with the Aegis. They're going for
he blocked the
everything.
duel. The Lincoln saved him.
Does he have to back off now? He's hitting the throne. JT,
Flyfly's
I don't know
BKB
about this
for it.
man. TA's up in 10.
They're going back
TA's
in.
coming soon. Machine gun drow. They need a little help. K1, can he do it? No,
They're hitting
he's
the
down.
throne.
90 seconds. Throne
There's a
in
cliff.
jeopardy. Here
TA's
comes the
back.
Imps. Here comes the Hex. Here comes all the luck. You need it more. God! It's just not enough.
JT's
though.
hitting the
He needs
throne.
more damage. He doesn't have it. Beastcoast. Crumble. IG, pull out the miracle. Can you believe it?
I can't, LD. What the fuck just happened? Holy shit. Oh. Oh my God.
They
IG.
can't believe it either. Look at them.
Well, no doubt about that game's MVP, I tell you that. JT just put his team on his back and delivered a hell of a show. I don't think IG had any right winning that game, but boy, did they show up big and make some clutch plays.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. You know, this was, I guess, one of those times. That fight could have gone totally differently up top. They could have lost their entire team for nothing. Just happened that IG didn't get jumped in the wrong way, and whew, Dota is a game of inches sometimes. I will tell you.
Shock on their faces.
From top 8 of TI to getting knocked out by the minor champs. That is not the story that Beastcoast was hoping for, my friend.
This was really their chance to make a big dent, to go far, represent South American Dota. And they played and showed some great Dota here. They started in the lower bracket, made a good run. It's such a heartbreaking way to go out nonetheless, and I don't think they're going to feel good about the fact they got top 8 for quite some time. All they're going to remember is the
top 8 at
heartbreak
this event with the big 4 missing. It's just, it doesn't feel like enough at all. But My God, IG, they stay alive. They're moving on. Shiver, can you believe it?
I cannot actually believe it. That was so sad. That's one. So good for IG. I don't know how to break that game down. I want to start at the first, first 25 minutes, right before the big team fight on the side lane. That was Grand Cap save me.
Yeah, this game went pretty crazy. It looked like we were just wondering, we're like, how is Dire ever going to make stuff happen around the map? And then all of a sudden, you just see all the range tiers hitting for 5 million damage, and you're like, they're just going to snowball out of control. They're going to do so much damage. How are you going to stop them? Well, all it takes is JT being a god, a few miscues by the supports on Beastcoast, and Chris Luck. Chris Luck, that was probably his weakest game at this tournament. He had a real rough one with some of his blinkins, his diebacks. It was a tough one for him, but IG, man, the fact they stayed calm, and guess what? They didn't play around Fly. They played around JT and Emo, and it secures them a win.
It's just hard in a lot of these team fights. Like, there was always a way that IG could win team fights is the big thing, right? Because they always have this way. It's like, it's really, really hard when you have, like, basically 6 activatable items to play a good Legion commander in these, like, really high-risk scenarios where you have to be able to break a Lincoln's, get off BKB, Blade Mail, get the duel off, all before somebody pops, their BKB, somebody pops Defensive Force Staffs or Hurricane Bike or something like that. It's rough. But there is always that way to be able to win those fights, and it just turned out that it was a lot easier for JT than he ever expected by getting stuck in the trees and Chris Luck trying to make a go at him. I think there was I think the game was just kind of like hard for the Beast Coast supports to be effective.
Agreed.
It was a great game for Whisper, and he really showed like this Enchantress with Drow Rangers incredibly powerful and hard to step to, but
you
the
need
supports,
backup as an enchant,
it's hard for the supports to be able to make the space to always make sure that initiation doesn't go right.
Yeah, and also even at the beginning, we were talking about the laning phase. Emo solo killed Chris Luck, and even though Chris Luck came back and technically had more net worth for most of the game, it slowed that down by probably 2 to 3 minutes, which is a long time in early game Dota.
It was one of those weird situations where I think Emo needed to actually suicide to the tower after he got the kill, because then he's like, he gets his bottle, but he has to buy it and then fly it out to the courier, and then even then he's at like half health and stuff. It just killed a lot of his laning phase. Despite being able to give like the 1v1 kill, you're just like always trying to like fight uphill from there.
We were curious if the Enchantress was going to work out. There was so much burst damage and all that.
Yeah.
It turned out, though, I mean, they lost, but it worked out. Like, that is something for future games that people should look out for. That was terrifying.
Yeah, I would say they didn't have the best. Besides the LC, they honestly did not have the best lockdown. That's the thing. She went Hurricane Pike, which is very good versus the Skywrath. You just get out of it. And then she got a Lincoln's versus the duel, which is very good. I thought it was great itemization, but as Cap said, like, if your sports don't have a game, they need to be there to help the Enchantress, because she will just die. If that Lincoln's get popped and anyone disables her, she's dead like that.
Yep. I still cannot believe that game ended like that.
I love endings like that. They're crazy, right? Because who knows? Chris Luck, they were very close to maybe holding. Now JT was still full HP,
but that
they almost did.
If the Drow didn't die in that scenario, because if she then at least when the TA was back, would have had the Drow aura
and just the gust,
and maybe. And it could have been different. Like, seriously, couple seconds difference would have made a difference.
That's late game Dota, right? That's why it's so fun, because human error comes into play more and more, and you see who cracks under the pressure and who doesn't. I love it.
How much of that was, how late was that game, by the way?
Not that
what
late.
did it end
Not that
on?
late. It's like half an hour.
It was so crazy to me that IG went for the throne in that situation.
But they knew TA was dead.
They knew he had no buyback, but it was like you just secured Roshan. You can get like 2 lanes of racks off of that. You could play more conservatively, and I think other teams would have played that more conservatively. They would have poked at tier 4s. Once some heroes came out, they would have been like, okay, that was good enough. But like IG, they're just a team that goes for it. And shout out to that man right there, JT. He had so many successful duels. Sure, he had like a great combination to work with in the Skywrath Mage. But
192 dual damage at what we said, between 30 and 40 minutes is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you actually just have 3 sacred relics at that point. Damn.
I feel like every time we talk about IG, there's two main factors. Will Emo be able to keep it
Crazy,
together
yeah.
and not be too crazy? And how hard can JT carry the team?
Yeah.
It's always about those two. Those are the shining stars. One's a flickering star, one's a shining star.
Yeah, no, it is, and honestly, shout to the supports because they don't get much love. Like Haka, he plays these like stunning fours amazingly. Oli, he honestly, at this tournament, he might be the most untalked about player, like actually out of every single player here, and he's still in the tournament and he's still looking good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I think like that's what Kaka's kind of like always been known for,
Yeah.
right? It's like these melee initiating stunners, and he's always so good at it. But unfortunately, it just the Beastcoast supports didn't really get a chance to stand out in this game,
No.
but the IG supports did. You
They
know, it
did.
felt like they were able to have like more complete game in that. And
And
Yeah.
let's hear from IG.
let's hear.
问一个比较远的问题，因为之前 IG 也是从这个 Minor 夺冠再回到我们这次的赛场嘛，那你觉得一路走来的话，对自己的这个整个队伍的成长有什么特别大的帮助吗？然后等我先穿一下。So the first question is that IG won the Minor and come into this major. Obviously, team has been improving. I'm just asking JT how does he feel about his team's improvement?
目前是挺满意的，但是就还没达到我的那个标准吧。我们还继续努力，打到更好给大家看。
I think we are doing fine right now, but it doesn't meet my expectations, so we're gonna keep working hard and keep bringing to your guys. 那第二个问题的话，我们就来谈第3场比赛，因为整场比赛都比较紧张激烈。中期的话，因为对面是小黑体系，会有这个给你们带来很大的压力。当时队伍是怎么样保持冷静，然后把这个比赛给慢慢逆转过来的？ So second game, last game they play the draw lineup, bring very strong pressure on the map, and you guys was behind for a while, and how did you manage the comeback?
最重要是心态吧，因为小黑体系是真的挺强的。因为如果我们死了一波的话，可能会被击低或者被拿高地之类的吧。然后就我们全部的尽量让大家镇定下来吧，所以尽量就别犯错。
We just try to not die on the map because drawing lineup, if you die, they're gonna easily push a high ground. So we just stay calm and make sure everyone to make less mistakes. 然后最后一个问题就是，当时是谁做了决定让队内去选择直接对面的基地 ？So who made the call to go for the throne?
应该是我吧，因为我是先 A 那基地，因为我想试下 A 那基地看拿不拿得到，然后过后队友就说，哎呀，一起咯，试下咯，然后过后就真的拿下了。
It was me who made the call. I just want to try to see if we have enough damage to take down the throne, and my teammate just answered my call, and we tried, and we made it. 最后的话有没有什么想对粉丝说的？
谢谢一直支持我的粉丝，还有支持 IG 的粉丝，谢谢你们。
Thank you all the fans who support me and support IG. 那也是感谢 JT 我们接受我们这次的采访。我们之后的话还有更精彩的比赛，大家一会儿再见，不要走开。
谢谢。
JT making some new fans out there as well. His call to go for the throne, and his team followed him, trusted him. That's important.
It is, and I love it because I thought, he was I'll say he was very cocky here at the
Yeah.
summit, like all that. I'm like, I wonder if he will in front of the home crowd because honestly, you don't see a lot of players over in the Asian scene like be kind of cocky and all. Then the fans love it, right? And
Yeah.
obviously, and that's it's good to see something like that, honestly.
It's a scary region to be outspoken in because the
It is.
moment that like something, like maybe the moment you lose,
And that's what I was. If
you're
you
gonna
lose
get
in the-
focused on, and you're gonna you
you're
don't
trash
want to
because
be the
you,
target. Of
You shouldn't have
attention.
been so arrogant,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. Even though like more savvy people understand that it's a lot of it's just playing up a game. Like there are always going to be those fans who like just don't really understand that and then find a way to be able to flame you.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that JT's willing to take that role on.
Yeah.
It can be hard.
Yeah.
It can be hard to
But
to
it's
do
good too.
Yeah.
Good for the fans, good for the scene, good for us.
that. Mhm.
During these interviews, get to see a little bit more
Yeah.
about the players and insight on the team as well. Just trusting JT's crazy ideas of
Nope.
just going for the turn?
Yeah, they do, and I like because a lot of before this, a lot of the players and stuff they would give really basic answers, but even the Boxy interview, he gave a lot about
Yeah.
their drafting and stuff, and then even
Yeah.
JT a little bit I'm the one making the call, all this stuff. I like it, even though maybe some of the top tier teams wouldn't do that, and that could be why they're top tier, but it's fun to see as a viewer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I hate to say it, but those top 4 teams, those are
They
the
ain't
ones
saying
normally.
shit.
Yes, I am doing great, and our opponent is very good. We'll try to respect them, or we will respect them, and we'll not underestimate them. Yes, thank you.
It probably
You're
helps
a
that
great
this
top
is
player,
the last tournament of this patch.
That's
so
true.
Some
That is
players probably
true.
feel a little bit more open to be able to talk about strategy stuff.
True as well.
True. Closing thoughts, Beastcoast?
Sad they didn't make it, but I think they did better than I expected after the group stage.
Okay.
And honestly, just after, because they were at ESL, right? And they looked bad,
Yeah.
if I recall. They did not look good. So even though they had a little weaker thing, they did still make top 8, which is very good, I think. Even, people are going to be like, well, the top teams are here. It doesn't matter. You got your points. And if this team stays around, I hate to say it, but it's pretty much a free slot for Beastcoast, right? Because we saw Unknown made it in the second slot, and they were nowhere near Beastcoast level. So
Correct.
honestly, they're going to be one of those teams who's probably going to secure one of those slots if they just keep playing like they did here. Because they will get better, and with this new patch, maybe Hector's heroes get buffed even more. Who knows?
Wraith King buff. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of opportunities for any players who have those specialty picks, especially
They might
those
just get
Huskars or
buffed.
Meepos. You
They
gotta
might.
watch out for those. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of Beast Coast next year.
And we will.
I was gonna say it's not gonna happen soon because it is IG going forward, and they'll face J Storm in their next matchup, which will be tomorrow.
No.
But
Do they?
IG will face J
Yeah,
Storm.
yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
I was just testing Shiva. If she really knew, I made her look down at her.
Whoa here, Gray. You trying to battle her for
Wait,
the host
wait.
spot? What's going
It's
on?
okay. We can check with the brackets because we have those too.
Oh, now we can see if she's a liar.
Yes, the
Is
proof
she?
is right
No,
here.
I know. I just forgot there was 2 NA teams still in. That's why I was actually confused. I was like, are you sure? I thought they got destroyed.
I'm not casting the NA
What the hell?
qualifiers.
2 NA teams in the top 6.
Yep. And only one matchup left today. But no, J Storm versus IG. That's I think that's honestly another one that either team could win, and it very well could look like the Beast Coast games. Not as quick paced, but I think we're going to see one-sided games either way because the way J Storm plays is very defensive, and then they just farm. And if they take control of a game, they just beat you down slowly. I think it'll be a 2-1 either way.
All right. Well,
It's a good chance for J-Storm to separate themselves from Chaos, right?
it's true.
Who, obviously couldn't touch IG in the minor finals. So J-Storm's here to prove that they were
The better
definitively
team.
the better NA team.
But all that is tomorrow. And I know you guys don't want to talk about that anymore. You guys want to talk about the next matchup because Liquid will play again. We saw them beat Alliance earlier today. Can they do the same against their next opponent? That's the question. Their next opponent, Evil
trying to make it easy.
Geniuses. It will all happen after the break.